Fujime's pulp dry system. Fujime Light Industry Machinery and Equipment Company Limited. FJ Lime is one of the leading enterprises in the pulping machinery industry of China. The company is committed to providing customers with a full range of pulping system solutions. In recent years, wet lap baling system, developed independently by FJ Lime, has been well received by the market. The whole technology and running performance have reached the international advanced level. The whole process achieves full automatic control. Include pulp concentration, pulp sheet forming and cutting, stacking, conveying, baling, and output. At present, wet lap system has a high market share and has been sold to large pulp and paper making enterprises in China and abroad, such as Asia Pulp and Paper, APP, Jingwei Project, SCG, group largest paper making enterprise in Thailand, Sun Paper, Bio Pulp in Brazil, Lee and Man Paper, and other top 100 pulp and paper making enterprises in the world. In the past, the dryness of the wet lap system is around 45 to 48%, which only solves the problem of pulp transport in a certain area, but the moisture content in the pulp is still high, which causes the pulp cannot be stored for a long time and cannot be used for long-distance transport. In order to meet the market demands, the flash drying system, the latest development of FJ Lime, can increase the dryness of pulp to 85 to 90%. Thus it solves the quality problem of the long-distance transportation of pulp for the pulp mills. The flash drying system consists of twin wire press, fluffer, flash dryer, slab press, and baling line. First, the pulp passes through twin wire press, and the pulp consistency is increased from 3 to 5% to 45 to 48%. The pulp sheet output from the twin wire press enters into the shredding screw, and the pulp sheet is broken into small pieces. Then pulp enters to the fluffer. In the fluffer, the contact area is increased by rotor disc and static disc, which are with teeth, so as to achieve the most effective thermal drying. Then the fluffered pulp is sent to the flash drying section. The heating source provides the heat energy, and the air is introduced into the heat exchanger through the fan. Then it forms hot wind through heating exchange. Under the action of the fan, the hot wind blows up the fluff fibers to the high temperature drying stage. Through the 3-stage drying tower, under the strong pulsation of high temperature difference and high humidity difference, the water evaporates strongly during the lifting, and the flash drying is completed. During the flash drying, the evaporated mixture of humid air and the pulp fibers enter into the cyclone separator, which separates the pulp fibers and the humid air, and the separated pulp is sent to the next drying stage. The humid air is filtered in the scrubber, then discharged to the atmosphere. After 3 stages of flash drying, the pulp is sent to a cooling tower for cooling and further separation. The pulp out from bottom of the cooling tower enters into the feeding device of the slab press and is pressed into a pulp block. The dryness of the pulp block can reach 85 to 90%. The exhaust device of the slab press is composed of negative pressure fans, and the discharged air enters the air filter chamber for filtration, and the filtered air is charged out. The pulp block out from the slab press is sent to the subsequent sections for baling, storage, and transportation. After the flash drying, the dry pulp block can be stored for a long time, which solves a problem that the wet pulp sheet only can be stored for short time or the pulp would be deteriorated over a period of time, and the dry pulp block can be transported over a long distance, thereby expanding the sales area of the products. Compared with the conventional pulp machine, the flash drying system has less damage to the fiber during the drying process, and the physical strength of the produced pulp is high. In addition to the application of traditional wood pulp and other virgin pulp fibers, it is more suitable for the drying of waste paper pulp, of which fiber strength is low. After the pulp is pressed into a pulp block, the unit volume density is high. The transport cost is lower than the cost of pulp sheet produced by traditional pulp machine. The investment cost of the system is relatively small. The construction period is short, and the return on investment is fast. The flash drying section is placed outdoors, which occupies small area, without the investments in large-scale plant building and equipment foundation construction. In daily operation, the flash drying system consumes less energy and has obvious economic benefits. It can achieve automatic and continuous production, and the operation and management is easy and simple. There is not a lot of equipment in the system, and the investment in spare parts and maintenance is lower. At present, the system has been widely used by many pulp mills around the world. The technology is well-rounded with many cases. FJ Lime has rich experience of equipment manufacturing and engineering projects in the wet lab production system and the flash drying system. And FJ Lime is willing to cooperate with customers to maximize economic benefits to create a win-win situation.